It's the Flow Show, no filter. I got a lot to talk about today, as always. Good morning, everybody. But first, let me cover my ass. No Diddy. The thoughts, views, and opinions shared on the Flow Show, no filter, are for educational and entertainment purposes only. I am not a professional. I am just good. Good morning, morning to the Flow Show fam, the breakfast crew, the wake and bakers. Everybody is in the building for another Flow Show, no filter. What is today? Wednesday. Happy hump day. I'll be humping around out there. This is a happy hump day. This is a happy hump day, not a sad hump day. Good morning to everybody. We got some stuff to get into today. Diddy trying to get his time reduced. Will it happen? Will it work? We're going to talk about that today. And of course, they are still playing with this list, y'all. We just got the Republicans just blocked the bill that was supposed to make them, I guess, give us all the Epstein files and information and lists or whatever. But that list was blocked, so we'll get into that in a little bit. It's just crazy. Good morning to everybody. Mama Tha, everybody says. Island says hi from California. You on Cali time. She up at about 5:38 with us. What's up, Island? Grand rising to everybody. Yeah, they blocked it twice yesterday. We're going to get into that. Morning world, hang on. Got to get my necessities together for proper flow. Tea talk. Yes. Good morning, Tracy. Exactly. Yeah. Melody says reduce. He hasn't even gotten his time sentence yet. Yep. He think he's slick. And we are going to talk about it. Yesterday had some good tacos, some double deckers. I was fortunate and lucky enough I was able to have double deckers yesterday. Double deckers are the hard and soft tacos mixed. I think I got some left over too. I'm going to have some this morning. So Taco Tuesday was a big success. Hope your Taco Tuesday was a great success as well. What the fuck is going on? Now, before I get into it, we got to start off with our announcements. And I need some help from the chat today because I was trying to find some information and I could not find it. And it's something I want to talk about. They are saying that some of from the Diddy case, they are saying some of the files or motions were hidden or not found or missing. Does anybody in the chat have any information about that? I definitely want to cover that or talk about it, but I couldn't find any information. I do remember Inner City Press. Saying that he didn't find, like, there were some motions missing or something, but I thought he found it. Okay, so Mama Thon is saying stuff isn't being docketed. Inner City Press is reporting. No, Inner City Press reported it. So I know it's got some validity. I just couldn't find what he said about it because I saw it, but then I couldn't find it when I went back to look. Twitter, formerly known as X, they sometimes it can be hard finding their fucking text threads and tweet threads and shit. So I just couldn't find it. But That's exactly what they were saying. They were saying some stuff isn't being docketed. They said most of the things haven't been added in the docket. The whole time of the Diddy trial, he mentioned things that weren't being included. Yep, exactly. I was hearing the whole time where inner city press was saying that stuff wasn't being docketed, and he was actually fighting. He was actually fighting for to get stuff put back into what you call actually get it added in. One thing about him, he was going back and forth and filing motions about stuff that wasn't being done correctly like the whole time. So one thing about inner city press, he's gonna press the issue. That's what maybe why they call him inner city press, because he pressed the issue. Hold on 1 second, y'all. So I'm gonna do some investigating on that for sure, and see what happened. Who's going to the chiropractor today? Oh, Angie. Everybody tell Angie good luck at the chiropractor. Chiropractors are actually a good thing. I went to a chiropractor for the first time. I was in a car accident a couple years ago, and so I had to go to a chiropractor. I'd never been to a chiropractor. I thought they were a waste of money, but that chiropractor got my back feeling like I'm 21 again. She was cracking and shifting all type of shit. She was putting me on machines and just winding it. Next thing I know, my back was straight as a fucking arrow. So shout out to the chiropractors out there. I thought chiropractors wasn't about shit, but chiropractors are the truth. Oh, sorry. So Angie was in a terrible car accident, y'all. So prayers to you, Angie. When did it happen? When were you in that terrible car accident, Angie? Sorry to hear that. I was in a car accident. I wouldn't say mine was terrible, but I was in one, and that's why I had to go to a chiropractor. But they got me together. One thing about it, those chiropractors will get you together. They had like this this little screen where they would take like x-rays of your back, and then it would show red. So let me tell you, Angie, how they got me together, Angie. So because they're gonna get you together too. Okay. So this when they would take this screening of your back from your neck all the way down to your waist, it would have green if everything was all good, and red if it was some shit out of line. So on my back, it was like I was like, damn, I didn't feel that bad, but it was a lot of red. It was like half green and half red. And so, but I didn't feel like my back was that messed up. But anyway, I by the end of my session, my whole back was not my session, but the end of the it was like a 2-month type of therapy I went through with her. And by the end of that therapy, my whole back was green, like meaning everything was perfect. And I have a new appreciation for all the chiropractors out there. I ain't gonna lie, y'all know I keep it real. I thought y'all was a waste of money. And I never felt comfortable with people just popping and pulling my shit. But I was wrong. Chiropractors are the truth. I owe y'all everything. I owe y'all an apology for thinking y'all wasn't about shit. But so Angie, I'm sure you got a good chiropractor. And I'm sure they're gonna get you together, but hats off or headbands off to all the chiropractors out there. So that's my chiropractor story. They got me together. So make sure y'all get our girl Angie together from the Flow community, or It's gonna be trouble. No, I'm just playing. But anyway, y'all, Diddy is trying to get out of he's trying to reduce his sentence before he even gets sentenced. What am I talking about? I saw an article, and then we're gonna get into this list a little bit later. Saw an article. It's from page 6. It says Sean Diddy Combs signs up for prison self-help therapy program as he awaits sentencing. Page 6 article goes on to say he no longer wants to be a bad boy for life. Sean Diddy Combs, put a 1 in the chat if you think Diddy is being sincere about getting this therapy, or put a 2 in the chat if you think he's just doing it to try to get a sentence reduction. 1 if you think Diddy is sincere. 2 if you think this is just to reduce his sentence and he's trying to finesse the system. And I'm going to continue reading the article. Sean Diddy Combs has reportedly signed up for an in-prison therapy and various self-help programs as he awaits, as the tools just flood the chat program, as he awaits sentencing at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center in New York. The Act Bad rapper is supposedly enrolled in the STOP program, a course focused on preventing sexual assault, domestic and dating dating violence. I don't know why I said dating violence. I guess toxic shit, domestic stuff. Additionally, Combs is already, somebody said, Terry said he's full of shit. Additionally, Combs is also reportedly undergoing therapy and has joined Dr. Harry K. Wexler's drug abuse program. He had allegedly been part of the drug treatment since before he was arrested in September 2024 and has continued while behind bars. Sources told page 6, the music producer is attempting to better himself and take a step towards redemption. So he's trying to build his image back up at the same time of getting a sentence reduction. So he hoping all y'all gonna go to his concert. He going on tour with Kanye West. He's looking forward to seeing all of y'all in the stands. Allegedly. Page 6 reached out to Combs for a comment, but did not hear anything back. Of course you didn't hear anything back, because he don't give a fuck. Melissa says, what a joke. Diddy is making a mockery out of our system, y'all. Diddy is making a mockery out of the system, and the only way the system can save themselves at this point is by giving him a stiff sentence. Now, I've been hearing people on both sides of the equation. I've heard people say he's probably just going to get 3 years. But I've heard some credible people say they think he's going to get up to around 8 years, 5 to 8 years. So it's kind of like split. Some people are saying like 3 years, but I have heard some sources saying 5 to 8 years, because they feel like all of these charges that they can add to it, or the enhancements or whatever they're calling it, where they can add, because there was coercion in this case. They say they can add something because of that, blah, blah, blah. So we'll see. But the only way the system can save themselves now is with the judge coming in with a stiff sentence. Because as of right now, like we've said plenty of time, this trial ended up being a complete and utter disaster, a shit show, a dog and pony show, whatever horrible phrase or noun or verb you can come up with That's what this case has been. So we'll see. But I know one thing. If he go in there and they say time served, all hell in the streets will break loose. I'm telling you. I can read the tea leaves. I can tell by the way I'm looking at social media. There are a lot of people that are pissed off about the verdict and just pissed off about not even just the verdict, but what really pissed people off is hearing these jurors talk. The one dude, guy named George, saying dumb shit. He lied about not dealing with law enforcement. Then he is exposed that all the jury been talking. So with all that added up, you got people pissed. And if they go in there and say time served, or I think even if they say 2 or 3 years, people are going to be pissed. But I don't know if they're going to be as pissed as time served. So trust me, the judge knows that, and I believe they're going to try to make it, give him an amount of time that it will at least keep all of you motherfuckers from being in the streets and piling, picket signs, going on strike. I don't know. I just know the American people are watching this sentencing like a fucking hawk. And that judge better be judging. Come October 3rd, I believe the sentencing date is. I don't have it right in front of me, but I think it's October 3rd. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't know that, Melissa. Maybe I have to find that out. I'm not sure about that. But I did look up some of the reasons. We already know, but just to get some like formal explanation, I did kind of look at his strategy for the therapy. I said that so what they're saying is, I asked, was this a strategy to get to a lighter sentence? I was told yes. Entering therapy, particularly for drug use and domestic violence, can absolutely be a strategic move when someone is awaiting sentencing. And there are a few possible motivations behind it. Number one, like we said, potential for a lighter sentence. Judges often consider whether a defendant has taken responsibility for their actions and shown a willingness to rehabilitate, participating in therapy. Okay, and so participating in therapy can, number one, signal remorse and accountability. Number two, demonstrate efforts to change harmful behavior. Number three, serve as mitigating evidence during sentencing, possibly leading to reduced penalties. Number two, preemptive compliance. Diddy's legal team may anticipate that therapy will be part of his sentence. So starting early can show initiative. It can reduce future court-mandated time and help them argue that he's already making progress. Number three, this could also be have something to do with his public relations strategy. Given Diddy's fame and recent media coverage, this may also be, number one, a move to improve his public image, or number two, an attempt to show fans, business partners, or potential jurors that he's taking the situation seriously. Full of shit, full of shit, full of shit. Everybody in the chat saying full of shit. So Terry says no amount of therapy will work with Diddy. Melissa says this is horse shit. You can't rehab a demon. Y'all going hard. This is Wednesday. Y'all going hard today. I like it. Somebody said I smell. Even Steph came in and said she smelled bullshit. But these are the reasons of why, who, what, when, where, and how, and why he's doing this therapy crap. But like I said, it's all going to hit the nail. It's all going to come to a head October 3rd. Now for the question, can he be charged with the guns found in the raid, since he wasn't charged for them in this trial? Let's do a little research on that, because that is a question a lot of people have asked. Okay, we got an answer. Y'all ready for this answer? I want another double decker. Any more double deckers? Good. So says here, yes, Diddy can still be charged for the guns found during the raids, even if they weren't part of this current trial, as long as prosecutors believe they have enough evidence to pursue those charges and the statute of limitations hasn't expired. And it's how that will work legally. Separate charges can still be filed if the firearms were discovered during a search or raid tied to the case. Prosecutors can, number one, open a separate case related to specifically the illegal possession, trafficking, or use of firearms. They can also file those charges later on in the year or whatever, or they can file them in a few months or a month or whatever. They actually can file them whenever they want, according to the internet, especially if they're building a broader federal case or waiting on forensic results. Even if his current trial didn't include firearm charges, that doesn't immunize him from future ones. If the feds were involved in the raid, which they were, and the weapons violated federal law, federal charges could still be pending. Now, the statute of limitations for firearms is usually around 5 years. So the government has time to investigate and charge him later, especially if they're trying to tighten up their case. Now, what they said is possession is the key. To charge him, prosecutors must prove he knew about the guns and had control over them. If the guns were found in his homes or on private planes or anything like that, it makes it easier, but it's not automatic. Defense attorneys often will argue it wasn't his weapon, or other people had access to the property, and they might try to pin it on other people. That's where forensic evidence and witness testimony becomes crucial. So, in summary, Diddy can still face gun charges separately from this current case that he's awaiting sentencing for. Whether that happens depends on the strength of the evidence, whether prosecutors want to pursue additional charges, or if the feds are preparing a broader indictment. So, Melissa, I hope that answers your question. Melissa says the person who cleaned his house said they were in his room, which he cleaned daily. So that would be damaging evidence, saying that those were his guns. So, like I said, I don't think this is over. As I said, I'm not wishing shit on nobody. That's not my goal in covering cases. As much as I feel like people need to be held accountable, I also leave my faith in this tired ass system we have. And I'm not sitting around wishing shit on people. But I honestly think, from reading the tea leaves, from different things that's went on with the juror, from the fact that the prosecutors are all quiet, the feds are kind of quiet, and the fact that Diddy has so much crap out there between the firearms and more assault cases coming forward, more people coming forward, more people who didn't even realize they were actually assaulted, or not realize they were assaulted, but didn't know the law until this case came out. And it's like, wow, well, shit, they prostituted me across state lines. Let me bring a case forward. So there's so much out there. I just think this is not over, y'all. I really feel like that. Just like R. Kelly, when he just like R. Kelly, after his trial, you notice there were a lot more cases. Like R. Kelly basically went on a fucking tour of cases. Like it was after the first case, the next thing you looked around, he had another case and another case. And I was like, damn, I didn't even really, at that time, I didn't even know. I figured once they got you once, I didn't think they pursued other cases so hard. So that R. Kelly case even taught me a lot, where just because they get you on one case does not stop them from pursuing other cases against you. So, like I said, I really feel that Diddy is going to face more charges, just because. All right, let's see. Michael Parker has a $10 super chat, and let's see what he has to say. Michael Parker says, what most of you don't know is that Diddy has been in counseling for years for substance abuse and bipolar disorder. It's on record. He also went to counseling following the hotel beating of Cassie. Michael Parker, thank you for the $10 super chat. Anybody in the chat want to address Michael Parker? Feel free. But thanks for chiming in. Yeah, he didn't even have to roll over. Sherry made a good point. He didn't even have to roll over on anybody. He got out of this. He got out of this completely unscathed. Thank you, Fire Glory. Let me find your super chat, Fire Glory. Let's see. Fire Glory sent a super chat. Thank you for the $5 super chat, Fire Glory. All super chats and super stickers go to a great cause. My tummy, Flo is very greedy, and I eat a lot. So thank you for the super chat, for the $5 super chat, Fire Glory. Thank you for the $10 super chat, Michael. And as we continue, somebody said, Tracy White said, like I said before, it's a lifetime battle. He has learned nothing in all such therapy. He was planning a freak off with drugs and guns when he was arrested. Lifelong commitments. Well said, Tracy. That is a great point. A point that I brought up plenty of times, where I was like, he was literally planning a freak off as he was getting arrested. That's somebody who is not respecting the system at all. But hey, that's Diddy business. And on this podcast, it's our business as well to comment on it. But the boy was planning a freak off the day he got arrested. So Melissa says, what did Melissa say? Melissa had something to add to it. I'm missing it because this chat thing is, oh shoot, hold on. Let's put the chats up here. Trey says a lifetime commitment. It could be true. So like I said, hey, another thing that I told y'all, that juror caught so much heat. I told y'all know this one thing. Y'all ain't heard from no raggedy jurors no more. Didn't I tell y'all? I said that juror got to saying so much stuff that wasn't supposed to be said, or just exposed how horrible the jury was as far as following directions in this case. Y'all notice these jurors, what I always say, these jurors so quiet now, you can hear a cat piss on cotton. You can hear an ant break wind. It is so quiet. And I told y'all that. I said, after that juror came out saying all that dumb shit, and he started exposing the case and what a shit show it was, I said, hey, these jurors are not about to you're not about to be hearing from these jurors for a minute. And damn it, if I wasn't on the money, I ain't heard a juror say a peep. Have y'all heard from any more jurors? Love you more, Fire Glory. Fire Glory say, love you, Flo. Flo loves you more, though. Hey, y'all haven't heard a fucking peep out of any of these jurors. I bet you they got threatened with all kind of sanctions and charges and whatever. I don't know what they did, but I knew when this juror came out talking all this stuff and saying that people were talking during the case and we all unanimously thought this and blah, 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 they cut that shit short immediately. Michael Parker has more to say, y'all. He says freak-offs are not illegal amongst consenting adults. The judge also said that he would not include acts he was found not guilty of. He said, try again. What was he talking about, try again? Was that something somebody said in the chat? I missed that. Somebody could address that, Michael. I don't know what you said. Try again. I don't know if you're talking about something I said or something somebody said in the chat, because I didn't say anything. Oh, no, but he was flying in sex workers. He was flying in sex workers for those freak offs, and that was proven to be illegal, and he's actually guilty for that. He's actually guilty for the prostitution across state lines. And he was actually flying in sex workers for the freak off that we're referring to. So you might have to try again, Michael Parker, because he's actually, you got to remember, Diddy is still found guilty. See, so one thing about it is the Diddy supporters kind of moved the goalposts, because in the very, very beginning, they were saying that Diddy would never even be arrested. And that was widely thought and shared by all the Diddy supporters. Diddy would never be arrested. Now he went from being arrested, and because they charged him with RICO, one of the most serious crimes you can have, now they move the goalposts and act like he's been found not guilty. He is still guilty. He is still waiting sentencing. I don't want anybody to forget that. Let's not speak as though he beat the whole case. Until this judge gives him his sentence, we don't know the real outcome. But we do know he was found guilty of prostitution, transportation, because of crossing state lines and flying the sex workers in. So let's not lose sight of that. For some reason, the Diddy supporters went from saying he was not even going to be arrested for this shit to now they're kind of dancing and acting like he has totally beat the charges. As of right now, Diddy is still in prison and the case is technically over. He's waiting for sentencing. We got to see what the sentence is before we do too much talking shit. And so, like I said, he's convicted of 2 major felonies, with a lot more stuff out there. Now he is a felon, a 2-time felon. So as they bring more charges, he is not a person with a clean record now. So now with these new charges, you're looking at a 2-time felon with possible new charges. I just suggest that all the Diddy supporters kind of calm the fuck down and let this thing play out, because it's not over. He's still guilty. And that's the part about this that I think people are Rachel says prostitution is not illegal in other countries, but it actually is a job, but it is in America. It's illegal. Very illegal. You can ask Diddy. He is waiting on charges and waiting on not charges, waiting on sentencing right now. But you got to remember, Him being now, I'm telling you, the way the Diddy supporters are dancing and doing their touchdown dance as if he was found completely innocent. Now I'm telling you, if he was found not guilty on all charges, that would be a cause for the Diddy, all the little itty bitty Mohawk Diddies out there to celebrate. But the fact that he is a 2-time felon with major charges, and we talking about sex charges with the prostitution and the Mann Act and the transportation part of it, the fact that now he's a 2-time felon and with a lot more people bringing charges and bringing I keep saying bringing charges, my fault, bringing lawsuits. With a lot of people bringing more sexual assault lawsuits every other day, he is not out of the woods. Let's be clear about that. As of right now, he is in worse shape than he was yesterday. When I say yesterday, I mean before he had these felonies. He had technically a clean record. Now he has 2 felony charges where they have proven sex crimes that have a minimum of a maximum of 10 years apiece, 20 years. Now there's debate about how many years he's going to actually get, but the maximum is 10 years apiece, 20 years. So it's no time to celebrate yet. It's like the Diddy supporters are so happy that he didn't get RICO. They act like he just beat the whole case. And that just ain't true. That just isn't true. And if you've been following cases, Harvey Weinstein, Weenie Steen, hey, salute. OOTA on go says salute Flo in the chat. Salute you back, my people. I appreciate all the Flow community, the best fucking community online. We keep it real. We even give the trolls a voice. Now I might have to shut down some of the shit they say as I do, but and give them some rebuttal. But everybody has a voice on this show as long as you come in with respect. You can say what you need to say, and you will be heard without me going off on you. So I just want to remind folks about that because, like I said, it's almost like people are acting like this thing is completely over. Now, we didn't get the verdict that we didn't get the outcome we thought we saw coming. I thought RICO was clear, but I'm not the only one. Many educated lawyers, many educated journalists, News Nation. I like the young lady on News Nation. I forget her name. She thought it was clear RICO. A lot of people thought it was clearly RICO, and so did I. But just because he didn't get the RICO charge of the sex trafficking doesn't mean he is out of the woods and this thing is over. It's just not the case. It's still a lot can go on, and there's still so much more smoke out there. There's so much more smoke out there. Do not be surprised. Okay, thank you. And Ashley Banfield. Yeah, I love her. I actually really like her coverage. She said herself she thought it was RICO. Clear. Like these people didn't just think it was RICO. Many people thought it was clear as day, but the jury didn't see it that way. So yeah, like I said, we don't know until the sentencing comes. This is going to be probably the most anticipated and most watched now, I don't know about Diddy being home. Let me see, July, August. I don't know if Diddy will be home by Christmas. Michael Parker says Diddy wasn't charged with guns because those guns were already claimed by his security team. Diddy will be home by Christmas. Well, they also, even if he if they're claimed by the security team, they can, because the serial numbers were defaced and all type of other reasons, they can hit that security team with charges, and they can turn around and flip on Diddy and say, "Nah, these were Diddy's guns." So that is also could be debated. because it's easy for somebody to claim it when they don't have to face any consequences. So you can say that, but hey, at the end of the day, if they press that security, team, who's to say that security team won't say, you know what, those weren't our guns, those were Diddy guns. So a lot of this stuff is just speculation until the rubber meets the road. We shall see. Melissa said, at least Michael is feeding you today. Yeah, I'm gonna get some. I got a taste for some. I think I get my favorite BW3s today. That's what I got a taste for. BW3s, spicy garlic wings, and some potato wedges with cheese. Anybody like BW3s out there? If you ain't from Ohio or somewhere that has a BW3, you might not know what the hell I'm talking about. But if you do know how good BW3s is, let me know in the comments. Do I got any other? Oh yeah, she said B-dubs, so she already know. If she say B-dubs, she definitely know about BW3. B-dubs. Libby Bear said, I love BW3. B-dubs. Okay, so I ain't the only one. So Andre says, I am not a lawyer. I have common sense to be an entanglement mess. I used to bartend at B-dubs. Okay, Ebony, which B-dubs? Which B-dubs? I've been to damn near every B-dubs in the world. Which B-dubs, Ebony? See if I've been to the one, if I've been to the one you bartended at. I love B-dubs. The food is so much, it's consistent. It always tastes the same. It's always fresh. And it's like, I always get what I pay for. Y'all, what the hell is going on? That's enough about Diddy. What the hell is going on? Oh, in Charlotte? I never been to the B-dubs in Charlotte. Damn, I'm coming to Charlotte soon. I'm definitely gonna have to see what that BW3 is hitting for in Charlotte. Didn't even know they had one out there. Steph, you gotta try B-dubs. The best wings in the business. Now, a lot of people say Wingstop. But one thing about Wingstop, I can get tired of their wings. I don't get tired of BW3's wings. So, like, Wingstop is really, really good. But I can get tired of Wingstop wings if I have them too much. But BW3 wings, spicy garlic, buffalo, garlic parmesan, I can't never get tired of those. And I love hot food. Yeah, hey, Sherry, I love hot food. There's no such thing as too hot for me. I scarf hot shit down daily. I put jalapenos in everything. I had jalapenos in my double deckers last night. But anyway, let's continue. Y'all making me hungry. I'm hungry as hell right now. Let's get off of it. So anyway, let's talk about this fucking list. Now, before I go into the Republicans blocking, Republicans blocking the list, and I'm talking about Epstein. I'm just throwing his name off because they be trying to suppress. Whenever you get to talking about this list, they get to suppressing it, boy. They don't want this information out. But anyway, this is what I want to say first of all. We want the list out for transparency. There were children trafficked with a T in this case. So we want information and we want this list out. But I'm going to tell you the people that pissed me off throughout this whole list thing. And it's why I'm independent. The people that are coming out saying, well, Biden had time to exposed the list when he was in presidents, when he's a president. What about that? Biden ain't the fucking president right now. If you care more about pointing the fingers at people who some past shit, when we sitting here trying to get answers now, you are part of the problem. This ain't about Republican or Democrat. This is about people who give a fuck about underage children being trafficked and against people who don't give a fuck. That's the only two sides in this shit. I want to be clear about that. So the ones coming out trying to make it just straight political and talking about, well, the Democrats would have said this, and you're being a liberal. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I don't give a damn if my daddy was the president right now. I would be saying we need to release the F list. Epstein. Y'all kill me so caught up on y'all, what side of the political spectrum y'all on. Y'all don't even talk with common damn sense. We don't give a fuck about Republican or Democrat right now. Trump is the president, so his ass on the hot seat right now. If it was Biden, his ass would be on the hot seat right now. If it was anybody, if it was Elon Musk in this old American party he created, his ass would be on the hot seat. So stop with this Democrat and it like it's a Democrat and Republican thing. No, this is people who give a fuck about pervs and predators being held accountable against people who don't give a fuck. Those are the two sides. And if we're talking about this list being exposed, and the first thing you're saying is, well, Biden had a time, so what about Biden? Is Trump the president or not? 1 minute Trump is the president, but when it's time to handle some real shit, now we talking about Biden. Stop with that. That is why, y'all, I'm independent. I refuse to sound like a fucking robot because I'm on one side of the political spectrum. Because hardcore Republicans, they don't give a, they're so busy trying to defend this bullshit that they are totally disregarding that kids were trafficked. And we want the information exposed to let these clowns know we're not going for this shit. You can take this Dems and liberal and all this bullshit, you can take that and shove it up your ass. We don't care about that. Quit thinking every time somebody speak up against Trump, that means they're a liberal or they're a Democrat or they're this or that. No. I don't care who the president would, whoever the president is right now will be getting this smoke. So before I even went into this article, I wanted to be clear on that. Quit thinking everybody, some people don't care about Democrat or Republican. A lot of us don't. A lot of us just care about right and wrong. It's a lot of y'all that be quick to go to this, oh, because he's speaking up against Trump or asking about the list, he must be a Democrat. No. Quite frankly, I don't trust none of the motherfuckers. But I give credit where credit is due. If it's a political person who's handling his business, I give him credit. If it's somebody in the political world who is feeding the people a shit sandwich, then I give them smoke. Republican or Democrat matters none to me. I have Democrat people that's mad at me sometimes. I got Republican people mad at me sometimes. And that's how I like it. I distribute this smoke evenly, baby. Like one of them good barbecue grills, that them new grills they got where it cook the hell out your food and everything just be evenly cooked. That is me. If you a hardcore Democrat, your ass gonna be mad at me sometimes. If you a hardcore Republican, your ass gonna be mad at me sometimes. That's just the way it go when you calling it straight up and down like 6:30. So I just wanted to say that because I get tired of we're trying to get to some accountability on this. And it's not a lot. I'm not going to even say it's a lot of people. You just got them small pocket of people that just like, I am a Republican. I must defend the Republican. Anybody speaking up against the Republicans, they must be a Democrat or a liberal. Like, stop with that shit, man. How about some people just want to see perverts held accountable for doing foul stuff to our children? How about that? Can that just be the case? Do we have to be a Democrat because we want pervs to be held accountable? I mean, what are we talking about, y'all? Those people annoy me. They are so caught up in this whatever political side they on, they not even realizing you defending perverts. Whoever's on that list. I haven't got into who's on the list. Yeah, that's for y'all to say. I'm trying to find out who's on that list. Some people in the chat believe Trump is on the list. Some people believe Trump isn't on the list. I just want the list revealed. So you hardcore political motherfuckers, do me a favor. Realize everybody ain't on one side or the other. If Biden was in office, if his ass was in that White House right now, I would be at his ass, no Diddy. If it was Kamala, if it was anybody, like I said, if it was my daddy, I would be saying the same thing I'm saying on this show right now. So cut the crap, always deflecting by trying to make it like it's because of a political issue or because people are Democrats or people are on the Democrat side. That's why we pressing Trump in this administration. Give me a fucking break. And oh yes, the kitchen is open on a Wednesday. I just start cooking. I don't ever plan to start cooking. Some shit just, I don't even realize how upset I am about something until I get to talking about it. Then next thing I know, I'm cussing everybody out. Democrats, you getting cussed out today too. Anybody who ain't on the side of getting this list exposed and bringing the truth out, I'm not on your side. So let me calm the fuck down. Let me calm the fuck down, bring it down a notch, and let's get into this article. I don't want to raise my fucking blood pressure this morning on a Wednesday. So let's talk about it being blocked. Oh, thank you. Erica sent me a $5 Apple Pay. Erica from Michigan says, good morning. She loves the show. Thank you, Erica, for the $5. You know I'm going to feed my fat face. Erica's from Michigan, and she says, flow, baby. Thank you so much, Erica. I really appreciate it. And let me get into this. Article before I lose my shit over here. So the House GOP blocked second Democratic attempt to release the Epstein files. What we got going on here? As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go to somebody else. I don't want to read their article. Their article was kind of short. It didn't have a lot of information in it. But let's go to this. Republicans block the Epstein files. But yeah, y'all, I just want people to stop with that, like making it just so focused on the political sides. Like we're only like people only saying it because they're on the Democrat side. Like, since when did we need a political party to tell us that we're not tolerating perverts? You know what I'm saying? Like, since when did we need a political? We need a political encouragement or political motivation to say that we don't rock with pervs. Anyway, This is from The Hill. Republicans torpedo Democratic effort to force vote on releasing Epstein files. That's another thing they say. Well, the Democrats are only doing it because they're trying to make the Republicans look bad. So, this is how the way. Hey, too bad, so sad. A crime happened, and the people are trying to figure out what the hell happened because we ain't getting no fucking information. Now, if the Democrats doing it to make the Republicans look bad, too bad, so sad. We just want the truth. We don't give a damn how it comes. Article says the latest attempt by House Democrats to force a vote on releasing files related to the disgraced late financier Jeffrey Epstein failed on Tuesday. Now, mind you, this was a list or files or whatever that they say don't even exist. How you blocking something that don't exist? I'm lost. Democrats unsuccessfully urged the chamber to oppose a routine procedural vote known. Let me go back. Urged the chamber oppose a procedural vote known as the motion on ordering the previous question, since failure would have triggered a vote. Rep. Ro amendment require Attorney General Pam Bondi to preserve, compile, publish the files. The Ep files have been a source of controversy in Washington, especially the Republican Party. In recent days, with the MAGA base demanding its disclosure, while President Trump directs those in his party to drop the matter. The vote on the motion ordering the previous question is almost always a routine party line vote, with members of the majority party voting in favor and those in the minority party opposing. In the end, the Republicans united and shot the shit down. Someone wrote on X, actually Rep. Dan Goldman, who's a Democrat, says Republicans spent years screaming for the Epstein files to be released. Now Donald Trump wants to hide them. Today, every Republican can vote to release the files. Will they give the American people transparency or block the truth to protect Trump? And as of right now, y'all notice that the truth is being blocked. Representative Jim McGovern, the top Democrat on the House Rules Committee, attempted a similar gambit on Monday night, forcing a vote in committee on staging floor, and the effort failed 4-8. Despite the GOP's conference's united opposition to triggering a vote on Connor's amendment, the party is divided over the Epstein files. Rep. Tim Burkett of Tennessee said Tuesday morning, I would just like the files to be turned over. Others, however, are deferring to the administration. Rep. Daryl Issa says, I'm confident that they've been looked at and that, quite frankly, a fairly controversial assessment that there isn't, and there, in spite of many things that they are believed by my own base, they weren't true. They're saying like the stuff that they're saying about the Epstein stuff is not true. And I trust the people who reported it to us and who looked at them know what they're talking about. It's a lot of mumbo jumbo, a lot of word salad. I don't know how you can defend, but that just shows you. That's why I am a man of the people. I'm a voice of the people, because at the end of the day, the political people don't do nothing but give a fuck about themselves. The whole world wants to know what the hell is going on with this, with the Epstein files. Yet we can't get no information. Even though we want information, they're telling us we don't need information. So I thought they worked for us. That's why I'm gonna say it again. That's why I'm independent. At the end of the day, like Sherry said, didn't they say there were no files? Now they're blocking the files that don't exist. How the fuck do you block files that don't exist? And if you want a platform, if you want platforms like mine that continue to press this issue and other issues like this, I just put the link in the chat. Please sign up for get a subscription. We got to get our subscribers up. We've been slacking a little bit on our subscribers. When I was pressing it and pushing it, we were getting subscriptions every day. Now it's kind of been trickling a little bit, but I blame that on me too, because I haven't really been talking about it. But if you already subscribed, get your friends to subscribe. We have to support platforms like this, my platform and other platforms that are going to continue to press the issue and bring the truth. We can't be getting corporates financing and corporate dollars because corporations are in line with the elites. So it is very important that the people who want truth-seeking platforms to thrive, we must subscribe and donate and do whatever we can. I do it myself to the platforms that I get my information from. I support them. And other than that, you're going to get all this legacy media crap that they don't give a fuck. And a lot of the truth-telling platforms won't be able to survive because the corporate dollars aren't there when you're talking about this type of shit. So I put the link in the chat. Please subscribe. Like I said, if you already subscribed, tell your friends to subscribe. Tell your friends, hey, you need to hear the fucking truth and get off this fucking CNN shit. And subscribe to the Flow Show. Subscribe to Tisa Tales. Subscribe to Ticket TV. Subscribe to many other truth-seeking, truth-telling platforms. We must support the shit out of them. We have no choice. If this Diddy trial and this Epstein debacle hasn't shown y'all how important platforms like mine, like I said, like Tisa Tales, like Ticket TV, and there are a lot of other ones. If you don't know how important they are now, you will never know. They're hiding in your plain face. One day they're gonna show us the Epstein files. The next day they don't exist. The next day we blocking the files that don't exist. Y'all want to put y'all trust in them? Y'all want to keep paying your Netflix bills and your Apples and your Prime memberships, but not support the truth-seeking platforms that really are our last resort to combat this bullshit? Like I said, make sure you subscribe. And then, like I said, not just mine, all of these truth-seeking platforms. I support all of them because I understand how important they are. And if we lose them, it's over with. Who are we going to go to get our message out? Who are we going to go to hear the truth if they squeeze out all of the truth-telling platforms like mine and Tisa Tales and Ticket TV? Imagine if we only had legacy media, CNN and all Fox and all these. Imagine if that's all we had with the way this shit is going. We won't have no fucking power. Also, you can also support by going to andidon'tlikeit.com. Thank you, Steph, for the super sticker. I appreciate that. You know I'm about to eat good today. Also support by going to andidon'tlikeit.com. I should put that also I'm gonna put that in the I'm gonna put that link also in the description box. And shout out Megan, one of my loyal, long-time fans, listeners, supporters. Megan got her hoodie yesterday. She got her And I Don't Like It hoodie. She says, love my new hoodie with the blushing emoji. And I love listening every day. You are now my get ready for work show. I'll never go anywhere else for my information. I fought people in the comments. Megan said she done fought people in the comments for the flow. I love to hear it because I fight for y'all all day long. I can't get to everybody in the comments, but I appreciate people like Megan. No, I'm sorry. I believe her name is Megan, but she got a different Instagram name. Her Instagram name is Medgerly14. So if it's not Megan, I'm sorry, y'all, Megan, because I do have a Megan who ordered a hoodie, but your Instagram name is Medj Early. So I don't know if this is the same person, but Medj Early 14 says, I fought people in the comments because I respect you and you are spot on and you explain things in a way people can understand. Much love, Flo. Thank you to that subscriber, that fan, that listener. She got her hoodie, sent me a great message. I appreciate it. But you can go to andidon'tlikeit.com and grab you a hoodie or grab you a t-shirt or do anything to support the platforms that support you. Fuck everybody else who not supporting American people, who are not supporting the people, not just American people, but not supporting the people on this globe. Because as you know, Flow is global. I got fans and supporters in the UK, in Netherlands, in Germany, Australia, all different parts of Australia, Sydney, Brisbane, Saudi Arabia, Dubai, Africa. The Flow community is worldwide, and I appreciate it. And we got to support each other. So Nebby says she agreed that I am spot on. Thank you so much, Nebby. I try. I researched the hell out of shit before I say it. I'll be trying to rank myself. Sherry says she get a little pissed. But it happens, Sherry. Flo, we could be fucked. Yeah, we could be. Yes, that's it. Melissa says we fight for Flo. Thank you. I appreciate everybody who fights for Flo. I can't get to all the assholes, but the assholes I can't get to, y'all get to them for me, and I appreciate that for y'all. Steph says, hell yeah, Flow motivation all day, every day. I appreciate it. That is what it's from. That is what it's all about. Steph also says, love you, Flow. Love you more, Steph. You already know this is a community built on love, and we don't fucking play. That's two things about the Flow Show, no filter. From Flo and his community, you're going to get two things. You're going to get a lot of love, and you also going to get some motherfuckers who we don't play. So when you come here, put your grown man pants on or put your grown woman panties on, because it get grown in here, and we will check your ass if you get out of line, but we will love your ass if you own the right shit. That's how it goes down. Thank y'all for another amazing show. Every day, 8:30 a.m. new time. And everything. Please tell your friends, subscribe if you can. Go to And I Don't Like It, get you a hoodie, get you a t-shirt, get you some of the famous sayings. Cat piss on cotton, I got them all on there. But as always, let's get the mouse in the chat before we get the fuck out of here for another show. Another great show. Steph says, I'm out. Sherry says, glad I got to be in here today, Sherry. We loved having you back in the chat. My good friend, Libby Bear. Hey, girl. Libby Bear, what's up? She says, I'm out. Love you, Flo and family. Love you more, Libby. That's my girl, Libby Bear. Libby Bear, I think Libby Bear done followed me from TikTok to YouTube to Instagram to everywhere. Libby Bear has found me. They tried to ban the Flow, man. My boy C-Tuck. C-Tuck in the building, y'all. C-Tuck says, I'm out. Come on, C-Tuck. C-Tuck. Appreciate C-Tuck. He always makes sure he fills up the comments on YouTube. Make sure when this live is over, y'all go back to the YouTube and fill those comments up in the comment section. They really help push it. They help to push out the content. And one thing I can say about C-Tuck, he always double backs and make sure he fills that comment section up. So C-Tuck, my fellow Clevelander, much love to you, bro. Mama Thon says, I'm out. Okay, Mama Thon. Mama Thon says, I'm out. Melissa says, I'm out. They pouring in. Good morning, Flo. Good morning. If you didn't catch the show, catch us on replay. Rachel fills the chats up with hearts, and I think that's how we're going to leave it. Hearts for everybody. Much love. As I always say, I love y'all. But I am